Hey, cool gamer. Hello, cool gamer, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy New Year. How you doing, cool gamer? How's your New Year going? January 3rd. Hope everything's going well with you. I hope everything's going well with all of you guys so far. 2024. Today's January 3rd. 3 days in. Just checking in because, of course, I'm cooling down. Just got done exercising. Checking with you guys to see how your New Year's going. Hey, Sonya. Welcome to the live, Sonya. Checking in to see how everybody's doing. It's January 3rd. We're well into the third day of the new year. Checking to see has your year started out the way we hope. Happy, bright, prosperous. Have you been tested already? Have you been tested already somehow in this new year? If so, how have you handled the test? How are you handling the test? Hopefully everybody's good. All tests don't have to be bad, but if you have been tested uh, in a way that's not uh, to your liking or in a way that you didn't you choose not to be, let us know how it's going. I hope all you guys are doing well. I hope everyone is having a great new year, a great start to the new year. If things are a little shaky or a little rocky, it'll get better. It'll get better. Claim claim the notion, claim the thought, claim the belief, have the belief that it'll get better. Your day is going well, Sonya? Okay, okay. How's your new bike going, Sonya? How's it going with your new bike? Was it like a simple one, kind of easy to figure out? Or is it like one with a lot of gadgets, high tech? Have you been enjoying your new bike? It was so funny when you said you trashed the other one. Easy and simple. I know that's right. I like them like that. I like them like that. Easy and simple. Just tell me what I need to know. Tell me what I need to know. Show me the numbers. What's my speed? What's my distance? What's my time? What's my calories? What's my heart rate? Well, that's a calorie count, heart rate. Yeah, just give me those. Give me those basic yet essential, basic yet essential numbers. That's all we want to know. I think most of the bikes are pretty simple. It's when you get into the treadmills and you got the inclines, the steep inclines. Hey, Jill, welcome to the live. How you doing, Jill? Happy New Year. Happy January 3rd. How's your New Year going, Jill? I hope it's going well. I hope it's going great. Have you been tested? And like I said earlier, to be tested isn't always a bad thing. It isn't always a bad thing to be tested. I know most of us have. Um, we say what we aren't going to do into the new year, but y'all, I've seen so many people who don't subscribe to that notion. I've seen so many people doing the exact same thing, the exact same way, and they're digging their feet in, and they're riding 23 on into 24, and they look like twins. Their actions, the actions of 2023 that they've taken into 2024 have 2023 and 2024 looking like twins. I mean, that's okay. That's okay. As long as you're striving to do better. I think we should all strive to do better, no matter what year it is. That should be a daily task, a daily job, a daily goal, daily motivation. I'm good. About to start making my dinner. Happy New Year, everyone. Sonya says, Jill, she just cooked. She just cooked. So I just got done exercising, y'all. I'm out here. It's kind of cold. It's a dry cold, but it feels good. It feels good because I'm layered up. I'm layered up. So it feels good. I probably end up getting too hot in the next few minutes, but I'm not going to be on here that much longer, probably like 8 to 10 minutes, because I just wanted to come in and check with everybody, do a short live to wish everyone a happy new year. I took a few days off of YouTube. I kind of glazed. I kind of glanced at some things, watched some things, left some comments, but I mean, I don't know, y'all. Social media is good and everything, but do you not sometimes feel like you need a break? Like, I see so many people say they're going to take a break, you know, for whatever reason that they're taking a break, and then they don't. They never do. I don't. I don't. I don't know. It just seems like with everything you need a break. It's just like with work. If you do a 9 to 5, you need a vacation sometimes. You need an off day. Hey, Tamika. Tamika says, hey, Lunch Pride and everyone in chat. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Tamika. I hope that your new year has started off great. Happy January 3rd. Have you been tested? Have you been tried already in the new year? That's kind of like what this live is about. I'm coming on here to see if you guys have been tested, whether you drop down in the chat or not, whether you happen to catch the replay of this video. If you've already been tested in this new year, don't let it get you. If it's a test, a trying test, don't let it get you. It's the new year. To some people, January 1st is no different than any other calendar day. But for many of us, it's kind of like a reset mentally, psychologically. And we just want to do things a little bit better. We want to try and start the new year off on a positive note, on the good foot. But as you know, with every time we decide, every time most of us as humans decide we're going to do something better or something different, a lot of times something from the past, or not so much the past, but something that's currently going on will kind of set you astray. It'll get you off the path that you're looking to start. Hey, Brian. Jill says, I just got in from work. What did you cook, Sonya? I worked out this morning. I did 30 on my treadmill and 30 on my bike. Good job, Sonya. Jill says, I cut back on my watch hours on YouTube. Yeah, Jill. Sometimes that's a good thing to do. That absolutely is often a good thing to do. Cut back on those watch hours. I did too. I don't think it wasn't something I decided to do, like it wasn't a goal or anything. I just didn't miss it. I just didn't miss it. Brian says, hello, Lines Pride and chat coming in, wishing you all a happy new year. Thank you, Brian, so much. We appreciate you, and we're wishing you and your family a happy new year too, Brian. We're out of town, enjoying family time. You all have a pleasant evening and an awesome tomorrow. Until, take care. Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much for coming into the chat. I appreciate you as always. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I hope that you can hear me. The cars are kind of loud, but I do appreciate you, Brian, Jill, Sonya, Tamika, Cool Gamer, everyone who comes through here, whether you drop down or not. So I try to call names, but of the ones of the people who I see. But in case you catch the replay, or in case you don't want to drop down, I hope that you guys are having a happy, prosperous, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful start to the new year. Everybody's speaking. Hi, Retirement Days. Retirement Day says good evening. How are you? How are you? Jill speaking. Salmon, baked asparagus, baked potato and asparagus. Okay, salmon, baked potato, and asparagus. That sounds good, Sonia. Good and healthy. Tamika says hi, Retirement Days, and Jill. That sounds good and healthy. So, y'all, oh, I see people. I see people with their Christmas trees still up. So, have you guys taken down your Christmas decorations? For you all, for the ones who decorated, who put up Christmas decorations, have you guys taken your decorations down? If you have not taken them down, is it because you're just still in the Christmas spirit, the holiday spirit, or have you just not had time to take them down yet, or you just hadn't thought about it? You just hadn't thought about it. Jill says her oldest daughter has her making pizza. She saw on TikTok tonight. Okay, okay. Jill posted another dessert. I was scrolling through and I saw it. I was scrolling through. I was at work for a couple of hours and I saw it. And I don't think I commented on it because I may have, and I may not have, because sometimes we're not supposed to have our phones. So that was one of those times that I should not have had my phone. So I was just kind of scrolling through. And if I'm not mistaken, was it it was a dessert. It was strawberry and something like a toast type thing, Jill. I know that you said that it came from TikTok. Tamika said it wasn't in my budget. It wasn't in your budget to decorate for the holidays, Tamika. Well, look, that is understandable. That is understandable. You know, if it wasn't in your budget, Jill says she didn't put up anything. Tamika says it wasn't in her budget. Sonia says she's taking hers down. Well, guess what? I haven't. I have not, y'all. And it's like I've thought about it, but just hadn't gotten around to it. So I won't even say I didn't have time to. I just hadn't gotten around to it. But as I walk and I see so many people with theirs still up, I don't feel so funny. I don't feel funny now. Nope. As I walk around and I see all the people with Christmas trees up through the windows, I don't feel so funny now that I haven't taken my decorations down. And to be honest, in my case, I truly, truly, y'all, I truly love Christmas decorations, especially the tree, because it's so, it's so nice to see it up and it's bare at first. But most times in my house, we have presents already waiting to go under. But when you first get done and you turn the lights on, it's so nice. It just, for me, if you're not really in the mood, I think it helps get you in the mood. So, and once it's up and all the presents are under there, it just looks so nice. And then even, the day after Christmas, when all the presents are, well, most of the presents have been passed out and everything, the tree just looks so good. Like all of the presents are gone now, but the tree it still looks so nice. It looks festive. It helps put you in a good mood, in my opinion. Jill says, yes, this cream cheese strawberry dessert. Okay. I thought it was I knew it was strawberry, but I wasn't sure if it was a toast or something. I couldn't remember. I knew it looked like flatbread. I knew it looked like a type of flatbread that had been toasted. And it looked good. It looks really good. So he says homemade pizza sounds good. You're always posting good food. She is. She is. Look, it's that if it's not Jill, it's Chef Finest Wine. You got so many people out here who create wonderful, wonderful dishes. You know, if you're hungry, you don't have any idea what you want to eat. Yeah, it's so many channels out here that, you know, they show us how to prepare such great foods. And a lot of times you can go into your kitchen and you'll find something there. Like oftentimes people say they have nothing. Now sometimes it's true. Your your cabinets and your refrigerator are bare and you need to hit that grocery store. But sometimes when you feel like you have nothing to cook or you know to prepare for lunch, dinner and all that, sometimes all you got to do is go right into your kitchen. Hey, my chef finest wine. My line's pride, everyone, Jill's comfort zone, Sonya. Chef speaking to everybody. Did I talk you up, Chef finest wine? Did we talk you up? Because I wasn't looking and I was just telling them that you and Jill, you know what? If you need ideas for food, y'all always putting up something good. And a lot of times, all you got to do is go in your kitchen. Go into your kitchen and you'll find something, y'all. And a lot of times it's something easy, easy and simple, easy and simple. Retirement says, retirement days, what's your name? What is your name? I've come to you, I came to your channel the other day and I saw someone say your name and I forgot. It's one of those things where it's kind of was it crossed your mind when I saw your name. It crossed my mind, and I forgot your name, your actual name, because I've been saying retirement days, retirement days. If you like retirement, that's fine. But if you want to use your name, could you please type your name in the chat? But if you don't want to do that, that's fine too. That's fine too. But she said she wants pizza now. I know I want everything. I want all of it. I want the pizza. I want the salmon. I had salmon rolls yesterday. I did some salmon rolls with some spinach wrap. I did a spinach wrap with salmon rolls, and it was so good. I rolled it into a salmon roll. It was so good. It was like I used the spinach wrap to make it. The salmon was so tender and good, y'all. So a lot of times, and I didn't even have to go to the grocery store. See, when you go to the grocery store, that is the goal, right? To buy up enough stuff for like a week or two. But so many times I find myself, y'all, when I go to the grocery store, even if I've made a list, I end up without something. I forget something, even if I make a list. Or if I don't forget something, what I do is I come home and a day or two later, I decide to make something that I didn't prepare for. And I still have to run back out. I don't do it often, but it does happen. It does happen. Chef says, I had just got in here as soon as you said my name. In here feeding my face, hadn't ate all day other than eating some oatmeal. Okay, okay, I know that's right. You know what? That oatmeal can hold you over. They say that's one of those filling foods, chef, but it can only hold you over for so long. You gotta eat. You gotta eat. It can take you through the morning, but around lunchtime, or if you eat it for lunch, it can take you maybe till like 3 o'clock. Then it's time to eat. It's time to eat. Jill says, what are you eating, chef? What are you eating? I know he's eating something good. I know he is. But again, y'all, a lot of times, you know, we say we need to go to the grocery store and you go into the kitchen and you can find a whole meal. When you think you need to go to the grocery store the most, you can go into your kitchen and find a whole meal. And it's usually something quick and easy. Like if you have cream of chicken or chicken broth, especially, look, chicken broth, low sodium, of course, because even the low sodium has too much, in my opinion. But if you have chicken broth, cream of chickens, uh, stuff like that, shh, if you got, even if I don't like to eat canned meats and stuff, but I do have them because I think all of us should have food that lasts. I kind of think like the military. A lot of my family is military, and you should have a lot of food that, well, not a lot. I'll say you should have your stack of food that you can have in case you're snowed in or stuff like that. or you can grab it sometimes as a quick snack, not as a habit, but you know, you're running out and you've been buying lunch every day at work, and you see that you have a can of oysters. You see you have something like that. You have a can of tuna. Throw that tuna together real quick. You may be running late, but you can pop that can of tuna open, fix it up real quick. It doesn't have to be the best tuna. Now they have the packet tunas. So you should. I think that all of us should, just for precautionary measures, have some food. I don't like saying this, but it is processed. Just a box, just a small box of certain food items in case you're snowed in case your power goes out, especially if your power goes out and you're snowed in. So look at Sonya said sardines. Fine says he had a taste for some breakfast, so I'm eating Bob Evans sausage patties with eggs and cheese and some jasmine rice. Oh, come on now, Chef Finest Wine. Woo, that sounds good. And you know what? I'm like that too. I can do breakfast any time of the day. I can do breakfast. Sometimes I do breakfast for lunch. I do breakfast for dinner. I'll do breakfast as a snack. I do breakfast as a snack. Jill says, yummy fine. Sonya says sardines. I love them. Yeah, Sonya, sardines. Um, Jill says the only meat I get in the can is tuna and salmon. And I don't even like that out of the can. Well, I won't say I don't like it. I prefer fresh, but I do have it. Because you need these canned foods. We gotta think like the military. Good, how you? We gotta have a military mindset sometimes. We gotta have foods that don't have to be refrigerated. We don't have to have, but it's a good idea to have foods that don't require refrigeration because you never know. And it may not even be that you're snowed in or, you know, it can be any type of weather occurrence. Um, it may not be that you're snowed in or just like when tornadoes hit, God forbid, and they hit and they're strong. you know, you never know if you'll be able to get into a grocery store. You never know what they'll have. So your neighboring cities and counties have to supply your food. So if you're okay and you have some, it's all good. Because those kind of things knock your power out too. Not just a snowstorm. So it's good to have a little section of processed foods for emergencies. Chef says he loves sardines. They're bomb with some hot sauce. Yes, yes, yes. Sonya says she can eat breakfast any time of the day too. I know, Sonya, breakfast is good. Breakfast is good. I often I whip up some grits and eggs. Uh Grits, eggs. I'll do like a pancake, grits and eggs. Couple of strips of turkey bacon. Y'all, it's a meal. It's a meal. Like they say, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I'll say for most people feel that way. And if you get a good one, a good one, it is. And what I find is that it does stimulate your appetite. It holds you over, till lunch or even till dinner for some people. And it does stimulate your appetite. But if I eat breakfast, I don't feel so hungry. I feel less hungry. Some people tell me that it stimulates their appetite. Breakfast stimulates their appetite and makes them eat more throughout the day. For me, it stimulates my appetite, but it doesn't really make me eat more, if that makes sense. It doesn't really make me eat more. I feel like when I'm really hungry, I eat more. So it stimulates my appetite, uh, but not to the point I don't get like extra hungry. I'm not looking for, like, when they say the Snickers bar, you need that Snickers bar. I think if, I'm not a big breakfast person, but I have noticed that when I do eat breakfast, lunchtime, I'm not as hungry. I'm ready to eat, but I'm not as hungry. I'm ready to eat, but I'm not as hungry. Jill says, I wish you were here to eat with us fine. Oh, y'all, look, y'all can make that happen. Y'all can make that happen. I see another Christmas tree up, y'all. It's so pretty. So again, I don't feel so bad. Sonya, y'all see that? Sonya was trying to text her daughter. Sonya said, "You off?" See, Sonya, it makes you full all day. See, I think there are some general notions about breakfast as there are about anything. Some people say it stimulates their appetite and it makes them eat all day. Um, a lot. So it doesn't really stimulate my appetite because I'm not a big breakfast person. It doesn't stimulate my appetite to make me eat all day. But when I do have it, I notice that I feel like I need to eat lunch. And when lunchtime comes, I'm not so hungry. So I feel like it does stimulate mine some, but not like a lot of people. See, Sonya said that if she eats breakfast, she's full all day. A lot of people say that if they eat breakfast, it stimulates their appetite and they want to eat all day. With me, when I eat it, I notice it stimulates it some, but not to the point where I want to eat all day. Not where I want to eat all day. I find myself around noon looking for something. But when I don't eat breakfast, I eat around noon anyway. So I don't know. I guess it stimulates. I don't know. I think I'm one of those people I can have it or not. So the more I think about it, it seems like when I eat breakfast, I'll eat two more times. But if I don't eat breakfast, I only eat like once or twice. I'll put it that way. I'll put it that way. Chef says, son, you be full all day, laugh out loud. You must have a big breakfast. I know, Chef. I know. Most people tell me that it stimulates their appetite and they'll eat better. Like they'll get lunch, or if they don't get lunch, they get an early supper or dinner. With me, I don't get breakfast a lot, but when I do, I said it stimulates my appetite, but I really don't think so now that I think about it, because usually I eat lunch anyway and dinner. So I think I don't eat as much. I think I don't eat as much. At first I said it stimulated my appetite, but pretty much if I don't have breakfast, I eat lunch and dinner anyway. So it doesn't really stimulate it. It doesn't. Hello. It doesn't really stimulate it. I just sometimes it seems like it makes you feel, I guess, more energetic, more energized. What did I do for New Year's? Chef, I decided to stay home. I was going to go to church. I was going to go to church. Um, and you know how when you have family over and you guys just keep hanging around and hanging around and hanging around and you get lazy. And that happened. That's what happened. We just hung around and hung around. And the next thing you know, it was almost New Year's. So I was like, well, when I go to church, I go out at about 10:30. 10:30, we were still just kind of sitting around. And the next thing you know, it was almost 12 o'clock. So we just chilled out. What did you do, Fine? Did you go out and have a blast? What did all of you guys do for New Year? Like, did you celebrate? Did you go to bed? That's another thing. So many of my family and friends, they kind of hung out at home too. Like they didn't do anything. Sonia says, yes, indeed, because I make pancakes, eggs, bacon, grits, sausage, fruit, and I also, oh, okay, you eat it as a brunch. See, I think that's what it is with me too. I was saying it stimulates my appetite, but actually it doesn't, because I'm kind of like a brunch person, brunch, lunch, and then dinner. But when I eat breakfast, I don't know. You know what? I think it just depends on what your body is doing at the time too. Because sometimes when I eat a good breakfast, I still eat lunch and dinner, but maybe not as much. But I can't do like Sonya though. It's like I gotta eat something. Even if I eat a big breakfast. Like if I eat a big breakfast at like say 8 o'clock, I'm looking for some food around two. Looking for some food around two. Now, if I eat a smaller breakfast, I'm looking around noon. But that's okay because that's like I said, that's like usually when I eat anyway. I don't eat a big breakfast. But if I do, the times that I can look back and okay, I ate a big breakfast like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Sonya, I'm hungry. I'm looking for something else to eat, like 1 or 2 o'clock. Chef said he'd be full too with that breakfast. I know, right, Chef? That is a big breakfast. You're at home with family. Me too, Sonya. Me too. And I didn't think like if I'm in town, if I'm at home, I typically like to stay at home or go to church. I like to stay at home or go to church. Chef says I was on these resting knees praying. Okay, exactly, Chef. Yes, 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 yes. That was the place to be and the thing to be doing, praying. Jill says I cook, relax, and enjoy family time. I know that's right. Yes, Sonya. Amen. Amen, Chef. Amen. I think we need to pray, pray, pray. A lot of people, I don't know, whatever your belief is, it is what it is. That's fine. But I always think it just makes me feel good. And then why not? You know, if you don't believe, if whatever you're saying you don't believe, I was always taught it's better to do what your heart feels, whether it was what someone taught you, raised you up on, or whether it's just, because a lot of people, their religion is not what they were raised on. It may be different. But whichever religion that you practice, or some people don't practice a religion, but whatever religion that you practice, I believe in trying to find you know peace, and prayer brings about a peace. you know Prayer brings about a peace. Meditation brings about a peace. you know Self-reflection brings about a peace. But I definitely, definitely, definitely know that prayer brings about a peace. And some people say, well, it doesn't change anything. I don't know. Maybe that's how it works for you. I think sometimes things don't happen in the time that we want or need them to. But if you pray and believe, they happen. God makes the adjustments, God makes the arrangements. And as the people said, he may not come when you want him, but he's always on time. He's always on time. So it may not be in the time that we would like, but it's the time that he knows is right. It may not be the time that we would like, but it's the time that he knows is right because he's all knowing. So, you know, I know sometimes we get down and like I said, earlier in the season, this is a time of depression for some people. Not just Christmas, well into New Year's, people are depressed. So whoever you are, wherever you are, if you're listening to this video, don't take it the wrong way. It's just like professional advice. Nothing here is meant to be professional advice. It's meant to be uplifting and to encourage you. If you find yourself depressed, like Chef Finance Wine said, fall to those knees. Fall to those knees. And if you don't, you don't have to fall to your knees. But I tell you, the release you get when you fall to those knees, that's a release that's like no other. And you truly, truly mean it, you know, you can be sitting up in your car waiting for somebody to come out of the store. You know, the quickest prayers are one word prayers. So, do whatever it takes to put yourself in a better mental state. Does it change the things that you're praying about instantly? Sometimes, sometimes not. But, you know, it helps. It helps. It helps. All things are going according to God's will. So sometimes, we're upset, we're angry. But when you feel like you just can't change those things or they can't be changed, prayer, 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 prayer. Even if you feel like you can't change whatever it is, prayer can get you through it. Prayer will get you through it. You know, try not to stress. And y'all know what I say, easier said than done, because we're human. We're going to stress. We're going to stress. We're going to fall short of the grace. We're going to do all these things. We're going to backtrack. But the best thing that you can do is just keep putting one foot forward. Just keep on putting one foot forward, physically and mentally. Mentally in your head, it's a mental walk. It's a mental walk. You gotta keep pressing forward. It's a mental walk as well. Visualize yourself walking. Just visualize yourself walking. Even when you feel like you can't walk, visualize yourself walking, because you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. And sometimes you have to put one thought in front of the other. One thought in front of the other. It's your mindset. It's your mindset. Put one thought in front of the other. So I'm glad that you guys did something constructive. Um, Prayer is definitely constructive. Spending time with family is constructive. Like I said earlier, the past few days I haven't been on social media. I have a few friends, they fast from social media. The whole month of January, they do a New Year's fast from social media. And I was really, really, and you don't have to do it in January. You can do it anytime, but that is a great time to do it. Um, because sometimes you just need that break. Even if you don't think you do, you do. And sometimes your mind will take the break for you. And my mind just didn't have me focused on anything social media. Like I said, I didn't focus on going live, didn't miss it. I enjoy it. I love it. I plan to always do it if it's the Lord's will, because I love you guys. I like the interaction. I like the relationships over here. But sometimes um you don't miss certain stuff. So I missed the people. I missed you guys. So my thing was to go, to just scroll and check while I was at work or something like that, and look to leave a comment here or there. Didn't get to everybody, but I got to some people. And it was just relax. It's relaxation for the mind. Relaxation for the mind. You have to think about it. I think about it that way. You really, really, you really have to think about it as relaxation for the mind. So I didn't miss it, but because I missed certain people, I still checked in and I looked and I watched and I said, you know what? A lot of people, I know, Chef, I know, especially, especially when it comes naturally. Like it was like a couple of days, like maybe right before Christmas. I've been watching and I would speak to people in the live or something, but it was just like my phone in general. As long as the ringer is on, you're gonna call. So I just kind of set it to the side, not even intentionally. It was just like, give your hands a break. Like I know you can put it on speakerphone and stuff like that, but sometimes you just need to give your hand a break. Some people don't even realize that they have arthritis or they have, you know, carpal tunnel, not because back in the day, like when you typed at work, you were a secretary or you did a lot of writing, but pecking on these phones so much. Put your phone down or use your speaker. If you don't use your speaker regularly already, use your speaker for a week. If you're having finger issues, hand issues, wrist issues, and watch how it improves. Put your phone down for a week. Doesn't necessarily mean you're not on it, you know, or no access. I'm not saying that. Just put it down for a week. Stop using those thumbs for a week. Stop using the index finger. Stop picking. Stop holding it in your hand for a week and see if you have hand issues or finger problems. And even if you don't, stop doing it for like a week. 5 days if you can't do the whole 7. Stop doing it for 5 days and see if your fingers feel better. Just see how your fingers feel. So I didn't miss it. I missed the people, but it wasn't even an intentional break. I just it was the holidays. I think sometimes there are certain times that we just need to spend time with our families, our close friends, who we can reach out and touch every day, visit and things like that. Um, and ourselves, that 4-letter word. Self, self. It's not so bad to be selfish sometimes. It's not so bad to focus on self sometimes. It's not so bad to be self concerned, self assured, self confident, self loving, self caring. It's the four-letter word, self. And Jill and Fine, drop your links so that this chat isn't big, but that's okay. I love it that way. I love us. See, because we always get into deep conversation and we don't have to feel a type of way with each other. I love each and every one of y'all. Jill, Sonia, Chef, Cool Gamer. Tamika always comes through here. Brian always showing support. Who else? I don't want to say people who always do because I don't want to miss anybody. But, of course, Sonia, retirement days is very supportive. So y'all just please support them. Y'all drop your links in the chat so that if anybody comes through here on a replay, they can pick it up. They can scoop you up. Chef says, I just want to travel without work being involved. Oh, Chef, oh my gosh, yes. Yes, 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 and more yes. Yes, 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 and more yes. Jill says, I'm cooking and listening, huh? Can't chat, love you too. Okay, Jill, that's fine. I'm about to get off here in a minute because I've been on here for 42 minutes. And the plan was to come on and be on for 15 minutes to see how you guys are doing, to see how your new year's going. And as the title should say, New Year tested, New Year tried and tested. If you've been tried and tested already for the new year, let us know. You don't have to let us know what it is, but let us know how you're working your way through it. Because we all, we don't all have resolutions, but I think we all have goals, which basically are resolutions. Some people don't make a resolution, but I think we all do have goals, which to me is the equivalent to do better, you know, to strive for success, to make certain changes, sometimes small, sometimes big, sometimes mediocre. But I think we all strive to do better. So if you've been tried and tested already, January 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, tell me what did you do to get through it, or what are you doing to get through it? How are you handling that? Hey, Miss Jazzy. Hey, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live, Miss Jazzy. I'm glad to have you. I'm glad to have you. And the reason I say, have you been tried already? Because y'all know, just when you do make plans to try to consciously do better, work on certain things, that's when you get tried and that's when you get tested. And sometimes, y'all, sometimes it's not even a test that looks bad. Sometimes it's a good test. Sometimes it's actually a good test. Sometimes you can be tried and tested in a good way. And it shows you, who you are, how far you've come from where you were. And I think some people may not look at life like that, but you do. You come. Hopefully everybody's mission or goal is to progress from what they used to be to who they are. And hopefully it's a better them in the present day. Miss Jazzy says, just stopping by to show support, sis. I appreciate you, sis. I appreciate you. Yeah, I always look. I know most of y'all know Miss Jazzy, right? The very first day I saw Miss Jazzy, let me tell y'all what I thought. The very first day I saw Miss Jazzy's profile pic, I thought classy. I ain't gonna even lie to you. And I think as women, we should give each other those compliments. As men, compliment each other. As men, we always say as women, let's compliment each other. I feel like as men, we should compliment each other too. Now, men might say they may compliment each other a little bit more. I don't know if they compliment each other a little bit more. I just don't think they tear each other down as much, which is still a great thing. I think as women, we should compliment each other more. As people, we should compliment each other, male, female, men, women. We just should compliment each other more. And the very first time I saw Miss Jazz's profile pic in the chat, The first thing I thought was classy. And she has always been classy too. She's always, always, always conducted herself in a classy way. And she has, and just whenever I look at her pic, I always say it's the same as hello, Miss Jazzy uses the same profile pic, and I do too. I probably I probably changed my profile pic like twice. Miss Jazzy always uses it, and I love her profile pic. I'm glad she hasn't changed it because every time I see it, I just think classy. I just think classy. Miss Jessie says, "Oh wow, thanks so much, nice prices. Thanks so kind of you to say. You're welcome, sis. You're welcome. Much love, much love, much love, much love to all of you guys. Everybody in this chat is classy. But I just had to say that because it's like every time I look at your pic, I just be like, Miss Jazzy is so pretty, and she is just classy. She's just classy. When you look at your name and you say Jazzy, I'm like, she should call herself Jazzy because she's definitely classy. She's definitely classy. A lot of people, the name that they give themselves, they don't. You have to look twice in your life. Come again. What did you say? What's your profile picture? But nope, I always felt that way. I have, but and I say that because it doesn't matter what chat I've seen you in. You've always been the same way, and it's never mean. It's never mean spirited at all. We can't say a lot for whatever goes on in the chats that we're in. We can only conduct ourselves a certain way, and I noticed that about Miss Jazzy. And I've never seen her let anybody get to her or anything like that. So yes, Miss Classy Jazzy. It is okay. Okay. See, I don't like to change a lot either. Chef find this wine is always y'all already know how I feel about Chef. I think our personalities are so much alike. It's like I always just clicked with him, even when I didn't click with anybody else. I clicked with him. I clicked with him. I did, and nothing's gonna change that. Nothing's gonna change that. Jill, love Jill, love Sonya. Sonya's always so polite, always so open. See, I think as content creators, that's what we should do, and that's one reason I'm glad not to have so many. You know, do you want support? Of course, heck yeah, you do. But when I do these lives and we just chilling and we just talking, I'm doing these lives to uplift each other. And a lot of times people find that boring, but I never find it boring to uplift another person because as a person, I want to be uplifted. I always tell you guys that we have to acknowledge our flaws. Look at the things, look at the positive things that we have, the positive attributes. Give yourselves pats on the back for the positive things that you do. Um, what is it about anybody that's still in this chat? What is it that something positive that you take pride in about yourself? Put it in the chat. And if you don't want to put it in the chat, just think about it. Think about it for a minute. Think about a positive attribute, a positive characteristic that you have about yourself as a person, whether it be the way that you care about other people, whether it be your dedication to work, whether it be your dedication, of course, to family, to God, whether it be the peacemaker spirit that you have about yourself, whether it be, you know, um, the fact that you enjoy helping others in some way or ways that a lot of people don't. You know, whether you, like I said, love hard, whether you even play hard. Because a person who plays hard, they gotta have a good attitude sometimes, don't they? Gotta have a good attitude sometimes. They're usually the one that keep the party going. They're usually the ones that uplift you when you're down. So I want you guys to think about something positive about yourself. You can put it in the chat. It's not bragging. It's not bragging at all. It's acknowledging. Just like I always say, we have to acknowledge our flaws. We have to also acknowledge our positive attributes as well, because we want to focus on them and we want to keep that going. We want to focus on them. See, working out. Sonya says it's working out. Jazzy says, I'm thinking about firing my channel up this year. Come on in. Do it, do it, do it. Can y'all hear me? Uh-oh, I think I okay, I got it. I got it. I think I hit the mute. I hit the mic, y'all. Come on, Miss Jazzy. Fire your thing up. Fire your channel up. So that's what I'm talking about. I want to know, come over here and say some things. See, Miss Jazzy already. Miss Jazzy, if you fire that channel up, you're gonna fly. You're gonna fly. Sonya says working out consistently. So that's good news. That's good to hear. Miss Jazzy says she's thinking about firing her channel up. She's gonna have a lot of subscribers. She's gonna have a lot of support because she supports so many people. So I know we're gonna support you. And y'all, that's a thing I see sometimes on social media too. And that's one reason I was kind of like not taking a break, but didn't really miss it. Sometimes you'll have people in the chat who don't get along. And I say that all the time. And sometimes you'll have people who won't come to a chat because they don't get along with somebody. You can come to a chat. If you're ever in this chat and there's somebody here that you don't get along with, guess what? Maybe a peaceful resolution will happen. And if not, worst case scenario, the worst case scenario, just don't interact. Like, I see so many people, they just argue in a chat. And it just kind of hurts the chat, hurts the vibe of the chat. So if you're ever in here with someone you don't get along with, just if you're a mod, my mods are nice, they're welcoming. Until they do something that needs to be addressed, just avoid people. I always say it. We live in households sometimes with husbands, wives, children, even parents. And when they make us mad, guess what we do? We'll walk around the house for a week or two and won't even say anything to them. So if you're in a chat and there's someone there that you don't vibe with, just don't say anything to them. Don't throw subliminals. Just don't address them. And if you're a mod, you welcome them and keep it moving. If they reply, fine. If they don't, fine. Because you just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Because when you welcome them, that's just doing what you do as a mod. But you don't have to keep saying anything to them because you already know what it is. I just think a lot of us should just know what it is, make it better, and move on. If you can't make it better, move on. Make it better and move on. If you can't make it better, move on. Don't make it worse. Don't make it worse. Miss Jazzy says, I treat others the way I'd like to be treated. Kindness means so much to me. Yes. Miss Jazzy says, that's great, Sonya. You good? She said, thanks. You're welcome, Sonya. Miss Jazzy says, you've seen the way I move on these. Yes, I have, Jazzy. I have. And that's why, and you know what? Even before I ever even got a chance to witness how you do actually move, it was just something. I'm telling you, y'all, it was something about Miss Jazzy's profile pic. And I was like, she ain't with the mess. It doesn't matter where you see her, because just think about it. A lot of times people say, "Oh, I see them here and there, so they must be like this." Not necessarily. You go by what you see in what you see them put in the chat. That's what I try to go by. What I see them put in the chat. Never saw her put anything in there downgrading anybody, being negative to anybody, being cruel to anybody ever. I haven't. I haven't. I have not. So yes, you're absolutely right, Miss Jazzy. I've seen how you move, and I'm telling you, I was just like, okay, Miss Jazzy is classic. She's classic. She's classic, and I just wish more of us could compliment each other. It doesn't mean kissing butt. It doesn't mean um, being overly having over exaggerations. It doesn't mean that. It's just say something positive sometimes. I always say that you never know what somebody's going through. So be the one to say something positive. Can you say something positive to everyone you encounter? No. You may not even get close enough to say something to everyone you encounter. But sometimes just a quick smile is enough to make somebody feel a little bit better. A little bit better. Sometimes a quick smile is enough to make a person feel better. And I'm one who I don't smile a lot. And I always get so tired, especially when I was a teenager and a really young adult. People saying, "Smile, smile, smile." I'm like, I'm not mad. Smiling just isn't for everybody. Like, it's like they wanted you to have the smile on your face. Some people want you to have a smile on your face consistently. I'm like, look at models. They don't smile. They aren't mad. Well, you never know if they're mad, but they don't smile. Like you would think, if someone should smile, it would be a model, right? Look at the way models go down runways. They aren't smiling. They're about business. They're about the business of fashion. They aren't smiling. But even though I don't smile a lot or didn't smile, I probably smile more now. But even though I didn't smile a lot, it didn't mean that. I think when you don't smile a lot, people say automatically say you look mean. Now, some people just naturally look mean, just like some people naturally look nice and happy all the time. Some people smile a lot naturally. It's just them. But just because you don't smile a lot, Jazzy says I have to attribute the way I am to being a part of a large family. Yes. Oh, Miss Jazzy. And see, I'm the complete opposite. Like I always say, I'm telling you, you have to claim your flaws. And one of my flaws is I am a standoffish kind of person. Like, and then I'm kind of, my patience are short. As I get older, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to do better. And I can't say that I think I am better. I think I do better. But I come from a large family too. And Miss Jazzy, sometimes it was so much noise and laughter, I just kicked back. It's like I felt like it's enough laughing going on. Like, and I was a part of the laughter, but I'm just being like Miss Jazzy, just the way you are. Like sometimes it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter what chat you're in, you're gonna be polite to people. My thing was my patience are short and my discernment kicks in a lot. And sometimes I only have to see one or two things. Sometimes I don't have to I just can be around certain people and I'm just like, nah. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's something bad about them. It means that a vibe between us isn't there. So for that reason, I think I'm kind of standoffish a lot. But when I like people, and I try to treat everybody, even if it's somebody I don't feel like I will click with, I'm going to try to treat you with the utmost respect. As long as you're treating me I'm going to treat you. I'm not going to try. I'm going to treat you respectfully. As long as you treat me respectfully. It's just like Miss Jazzy says, you treat people the way you want to be treated. It doesn't matter what type of vibe I feel about them. I'm going to treat them respectfully as long as they're treating me respectfully. And I think that's what all of us should do. And that was one reason for this live when I said, New Year, tried and tested. Have you been tried and tested already? If you have been, stick to whatever. If you have been tried and tested already in a bad way or in a negative way, stick to whatever goal or resolution you set for yourself for the new year. Stick to whatever goal or whatever resolution you set for yourself for the new year. Yes, Miss Jazzy, it's like I'm from a big family and we're always, at each other. But it's still something about when I get into a different environment, I'm real like picky about where to go or who to talk to or who to approach. But you have some people who are just people. Like they walk into a room and they're talking to everybody, anybody. They don't care if you talk back, you do. If you don't, you don't. They're just gonna click with whoever does. I can't do that. I just have to come in, kind of like slide in and get a rhythm, get the rhythm that people get the vibe that people are throwing off. Watch their rhythm as they move about the room and stuff like that. But when I see what works, when I see who works, we work. Sonia says I was always told and always happy, but told them I'm always happy, but really not. It's just my personality. Yeah, Sonia. It's like that. Sometimes a person can smile, 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 but guess what? A lot of times they're covering up hurt. So, people are always saying smile, smile, smile. I like to see a person just the way they are because, yes, you can smile, you can look happy, and you can truly be. But there are also people who are smiling, but they're hiding. They're smiling and just getting through it. They're smiling to make sure that they look like they're okay. So if I see someone that looks kind of mean, I don't necessarily think that they're mean off the bat because I've been told I look mean. But and the only reason, and guess what the next thing is that they say, you aren't smiling. So if me not smiling makes me look mean, that's crazy to me. I know some people just look mean. And then when you talk to them, they're the nicest people you ever want to talk to. Once they open up, you can't stop them from talking. They're the most caring people. And you do have some people who are truly mean. It's just like being happy. When you see someone who's happy all the time, they really are happy go lucky. Does that mean things don't happen with them? No, but they tend to have more of a happy go lucky spirit. And it shows, it comes off in their expressions, in their body language, even in their, the smile is a body language. Then you have some people who they're just as happy go lucky, but they don't smile a lot. Doesn't mean that they're mean, but they may appear mean. They may look mean. You get those people to talking, boy, you wish you hadn't said anything. It's like the conversation goes on for an hour. So so but the bottom line is it just doesn't matter. If you see someone that's smiling all the time, if you see someone who looks kind of stone faced or plain faced, if you see someone who looks mean, if they don't smile back, does it hurt you that you smile? And I think that I can't take that from when people would say, you don't smile, smile. I just, not even the fact that people told me that. What made me start to smile is the fact that you never know what people are going through. That phrase started to stick with me as I matured and got older. You never know what people are going through. And sometimes it's simply a smile that'll work. And when I say people, I mean even kids, little children, 8-year old, 9-year old, 7-year old. You see, they never really smile. Like I was saying, I would pick my kids up from school. One little girl, she never smiles. She never is. I always made my business to smile at her because even kids are going through a lot. They may be bullied at school. And y'all, it's the worst when kids are bullied at school and at home. So just smile. Does the smile stop them from being bullied? No. But that smile gives them hope that there's somebody in this world that appreciates them, that acknowledges them in a positive way. Miss Jazzy says exactly. You better say that. It's just, and even an adult needs that sometimes, just to know you may never see that person again, but that smile, that one smile, it just it helps. It helps. It may not make their day, and for some people it may make their day, but it does help. Kicking it with Sin City, sis. You better say hello. What you doing in here? What you doing, kicking it with Sin City? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, my favorite girl in the world. I love you, Sin City. You know I love you, sis. Hey, 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 hey. Y'all welcome Sin City, and y'all please go over there and support Kicking It with Sin City as well. Support every content creator who has come through this live. Please support them. Please support them. I would be glad if you do. They'll be glad if you do. That's what it's all about: uplifting and supporting. Uplifting and supporting. And whether you're a male or a female, give somebody a compliment. Ladies, give another lady a compliment. It's not hard. It won't hurt. Okay, don't tear them down. It won't hurt. I'm telling you, give somebody a compliment. And if you've been tried already this new year, focus on what you said to yourself at the end of 2023. Like I said, a lot of people don't make New Year's resolutions. A lot of people just, they say, well, I don't really do resolutions. I just want to be better, or I want to handle things in a different way. And you got some people who they may not have anything they want to change about themselves because for them, I guess it's just a daily thing. So they don't really look at it as New Year's resolutions. But it's a new year and everybody wants peace, positivity, and prosperity. I wish y'all that every day. Y'all know at the end of all my lives, I wish y'all peace, positivity, and prosperity. So for this new year, I'm sure that all of you guys want it to be peaceful, you want it to be positive, and you want to prosper. So if anything has happened within these first few days of the new year to try and test you, know that that's what it is. It's just a test. Especially if it's from outside forces, other people just kind of doing nitpicky things. Just remember that we're all trying to be better daily, hopefully. Sin City says, hey, Miss Jazzy and everyone in the chat, much love to everybody in the chat. Sonia says, Miss Jazzy, I wanted twins so bad. I want a boy and a girl, or two girl twins. Really, Sonia? Sin says, oh, y'all, it's getting dark out here, but let me get up under the light. Exactly, sis. That's why you my favorite. Sin City, you know you're my favorite because sin doesn't bother anybody. Y'all know how people people don't bother people until they bother them. And that's another one of the things I say over here. I say don't let bothered people bother you. So if you're into this new year and you see that you're kind of doing the same, I see some of the same stuff kind of it seems like it's still for some people, I guess that's why they don't make resolutions because they know, it is what it is. They're just them. Whether it's 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, it doesn't matter. They're going to be them. So it don't change. So and I get that to a degree, especially when it comes with dealing with other people. So I get it, I get it. But you know, don't let bothered people bother you. Don't let bothered people bother you. Don't let don't leave this app with more stress than you came onto this app with. Don't leave work with more stress. It's easier said than done, but just try your best. Try your best not to leave any place, whether it's online, whether it's a building at work, the department store. Try not to leave any place with more stress than you went there with. With more stress than you went there with. Try not to do it. Just try your best not to do it. Miss Jazzy says it truly is an easy thing to do. Compliments are free. Yes, Miss Jazzy, and that's the way I had to start looking at smiles. Now, do people still tell me I don't smile? I look mean? Yeah, some people, especially the ones who don't really know you, they've never seen you. Or I'm like, sometimes it's like you just met me. Give me time. But a lot of times people want your personality to be the way their personality is, and it doesn't always work like that. Sonya says, "Hey, kicking it with Sin City." Jazzy says, "Hopefully you'll be blessed with twins, Sonya." Yes, yes. Sonya says, "I love giving people compliments, especially if you got it going on." I know, Sonya, it makes you feel good, Sonya. Like, it does. Miss Jazzy says, "Maybe my daughter. I'm too old now to be having babies, especially two at one time." Miss Jazzy says, "I'm grateful that I've been stress free for a long time." Yes, yes, I'm so happy. I'm happy to hear that, Miss Jazzy. I'm happy to hear that. That's the goal. That's the goal. I think that's everybody's goal to be stress free. And when you are stress free, cherish it. Whenever you have a time that you're stress free, cherish it because it's a daily walk and we're all living this life um, that God has blessed us with. And like people say, you're either coming out of a storm, you're in a storm, or one may be ahead. So you just have to, like Chef Finest Wine said, utilize those knees and those hands and pray. You know, it's a mental walk, just like it's physically one step at a time, one foot before the other. Mentally, it's mental. Picture yourself visually just going, 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 one step at a time, one step at a time. Sonya says the daughter gonna have to pick up the torch. She's gonna have to pick up the torch. Miss Jazzy says, yes, that's good, sis. Jill says she's still here. Jill's comfort zone is still here. Thank you, sis. Thank you. I appreciate you. It's well over an hour. I was gonna be on here 15 minutes. Y'all know how it is. We get to talking sometimes. Y'all gotta remind me, look at the comments sometimes, because I will start talking, talking, talking. Miss Jazzy says, hey there, Jill. But yeah, we just have to try and compliment each other as people. Women, I think we need to work a little bit harder than the men do, but everybody just work on it. Work on it. And if you feel like you're good, guess what? If you're good, nothing hurts. Get better. Get better. Get better. Get better. Everything that we do, that's just like Simone Biles. When she was a good gymnast, she didn't stop at being good. She got better and better and better and better. And she got great. And when she got great, she didn't stop training then. Like athletes, they don't stop because they're good. They don't stop even once because they get better. They don't stop even once they become great. When Michael Jordan was great, he didn't stop. LeBron James hasn't stopped. You know, Steph Curry hasn't stopped. So people don't, once they get great, they continue to master their skill. And sometimes the skills that we need to master is just self-reflection and the way that we treat others. Sometimes we need to learn how to treat other people. Sometimes that's a skill for some of us. It doesn't come naturally so much. You know, it doesn't come naturally so much. A lot of things that we feel like should come naturally don't. Um, Generally speaking, a lot of things should, but you know, sometimes for some of us they don't. And it's just a part of each one of us being who we are. It may be related to our upbringing, you know, it may be not even related to our upbringing. I've seen parents who they've done the best that they can for their children. They may have two or three. They've given them as much as they can, the things that they needed, the tools that they needed. Excuse me, y'all. The tools that they needed to be successful. And one child just gives them trouble, gives them trouble, gives them trouble. The other two, they're good. You know, something every now and again, but then they're generally good. But those parents may have been the best parents they can be, whether they were single or together. And it's just one that just may give them fits, you know. So, and they know they don't really have a reason to. That's because we're all different. We're all different. Even if you come, you know, from the same stock, you're still going to be, there's something going to be different about you. Jill says, have a blessed night, everyone. You too, Jill, just in case I don't get to come back to the chat before you leave. Yeah, I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys again for coming through. It's been a great conversation, y'all. I plan to, am I? No, I don't think I'm gonna do one tomorrow. I might do it early, but if not, I'll see you guys hopefully Friday. Hopefully Friday. And I appreciate you. Peace, positivity, and prosperity to each and every one of you guys. Thank you again, Sin City, for coming through. Thank you, Miss Jazzy, for coming through. You, Sonia, Jill, Chef Finest Wine, Retirement Days. I try to name everybody. I don't know. I got to get out of that habit. Miss Jazzy, Miss Jazzy. Who else? Who else? Who else came? It was somebody else. I said Chef Finest Wine, Sonia, Cool Gamer, Cool Gamer, Cool Gamer barely misses alive. Cool Gamer is very supportive. So yeah, again, I appreciate y'all. Peace, positivity, and prosperity. Don't let bothered people bother you, you know, and know that even though we're striving for peace, positivity, and prosperity, no one's perfect. We're all imperfectly perfect in our own way. No one is perfect. We're imperfectly perfect in our own way, in our own way. And hopefully we're all striving to do better. Jill, I know that pizza is so good. Same to you, Jill. Yeah, I know that. I bet that pizza is delicious. Jazzy says, thanks, Jill. The same to you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Sonia says, I love her. She's the best gymnast. She is. Simone is the best. She is. I wonder what happened to the other gymnast. I can't think of her name. Was her name Gabby? Gabby, I can't think of her name, y'all. Y'all know who I'm talking about? Jazzy says, take care, Lions Pride. Much love, sis. Much love to you too, Jazzy. Thank you again for coming in. And thank you all for contributing to the chat. Um, you know, it just feels good. It feels good to talk and release sometimes. You know, release doesn't mean something negative is going on, something bad is going on. It just means good conversation. You guys always are. Gabby Douglas, that's right. What happened to her? What happened to Gabby? You know, I don't know. I'm sure she's maybe, well into her 30s now, but I was hoping that maybe she got into something else um when she retired from gymnastics. I was hoping, is she a coach? I wonder if she's a coach at a college somewhere. I don't know what happened to her, but she was absolutely great too. She was great. But that's Simone Biles, though. She has moves that they make illegal. Isn't that something, y'all? I'm like, she has moves that they make illegal. Like, if she can do it, let her do it. If she can do it, if she feels confident in herself, let her do it. If you don't want the others to do it, don't let them do it. But if she feels like she can, okay, she's been coaching. Okay, okay, I'm glad. I'm glad of that. I'm glad of that. Um, Sonia says Miss Jazzy, she is good too. I know, she was so good. I think didn't they do a movie? It may have been like a television movie, but I think they did a movie about Gabby Douglas. But I'm so glad to hear she's been coaching because she was a great gymnast as well. So that being said, thank you guys again for coming in. Much love to each and every one of you. Again, the three P's: peace, positivity, and prosperity. And know that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. I don't think anybody's striving to be perfect. Maybe a few people are, but I guess we do strive for perfection. but that's okay. We're all imperfectly perfect. We're all imperfectly perfect. Gabby was on an episode of Undercover Boss. Was she? Wow, I'm gonna have to Google that. I'm gonna have to put it in YouTube and see if I can find it. I'm sure it'll come up if I put it in my search bar, YouTube search bar. I definitely want to see that. But you guys have a great night. Again, I hope you had a great start to the new year. It's still, it's still New Year season. People will be saying Happy New Year until March, y'all. Y'all know how it is. They'll be saying Happy New Year until March. It's on Lifetime. Okay, Sonya. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, I gotta check that out. But I thought she did, and I think I may have watched it. But it's been a while. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. But it's good to know she was on Undercover Boss. Now I need to go and watch that. I bet that was a great episode. See, when it comes to TV, that's the kind of stuff I like to watch. 600 Pound Life. With Dr. No, what is his name? Dr. Now. Dr. Now. That man is so funny. Undercover Boss. I used to watch that all the time. I love that show. And then I like to watch the shows where they do home renovations. Home renovations. Because it's not, people say it's not much on TV. I think some of us have just gotten so entangled into social media because there is some good stuff on TV. There's some good stuff on TV. So I'll see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk Live. Bye, y'all.